Welcome to Net Chemistry. Today I am going to tell about metal alkanes, alkenes and alkanes. How metal alkanes can be prepared. Metal alkanes can be prepared from, if you take a carbonate ion, I am writing CO4 minus. We have already seen this is a carbonate ion. This can be treated with alkyl halides. Okay. If it is treating with alkyl halides, what will happen? This will go like this. Then it will be CO4. This is what metal alkanes. Alkanes can be prepared from the metal carbonate ion reacting with the alkyl halides. Second example is, if you take any of the metallic salt, okay, I am treating with the alkyl lithium. What will happen? You will be getting metal alkane, right? This is the reaction, right? Metal alkanes. If you take Fe2CO8 minus 2, right? This is a carbonate ion. If treating with the CH2I2, what will happen? This will form a bridged alkane complex. Bridged complex means CO8 will split into CO4Fe and alkane will be like a bridged complex it is forming. So this is how bridged alkanes are forming, plus here 1,2 iodine is there, that will be liberating. This is an important reaction, please note it. And the next one is alkenes. How to prepare the metal alkenes, we'll see. Metal alkenes, before starting into the alkenes, we should know one thing, carbenes. Okay. What is carbene? This is what carbene. And this carbene is, two types of carbenes are available. Either it will be a singlet or it will be a triplet. Okay, we will see how the carbenes will behave. If you take a carbon, what is the electronic configuration? 1s2, 2s2, 2p2, right? This is the electronic configuration of carbon. Then 1s2, 2s2, 2px1, 2py1 and 2pz is free. Once it is forming the carbene, what is the hybridization? 2 hydrogen atoms should be bonded and 2 electrons will be there, right? So this is the hybridization for this carbene, sp2 hybridization, okay? sp2 hybridization, CH2, and px and py orbital, one electron will be there, and pz is empty orbital. How it is bonding with the metal? If you take metal d orbital, right? This is the s electron, and px and py, one electron is there. Pz is an empty orbital. What will happen? This electron will be donated to the metal and the metal electron density will be increasing. Then what will happen? Back donation will happen. Where this electron density will be receiving? Pz orbital is empty. This orbital will receive the electron density from the metal. This is how carbenes will act as a pi acid ligand. Back donation will happen. This is the synergic mechanism in this complex, okay? And I said two types of carbenes are there, Fischer carbene and Stroke carbene. These two carbenes are different in Fischer carbene and Stroke carbene. What is the difference between these both carbenes? We will see. First one, this is singlet, okay? This carbene will be singlet and this will be triplet in nature, okay? And if you see this carbene will be electrophilic in nature. And here it will be nucleophilic carbon, okay? And this carbene is sp2 hybridization. Here it will be sp hybridization. Very important, okay? Singlet electrophilic sp2 hybridized will be Fischer carbene and this will be Stroke carbene will be triplet nucleophilic and sp hybridized, okay? Example for Fischer carbene, if you see CO5 times Cr double bond C OMER, okay? This is an example of Fischer carbene. If you see in this carbene complex, metal chromium will be in the lower oxidation state. Lower oxidation state means If metal will be in the lower oxidation state means it can accept electron from this carbon. This carbon is electrophilic carbon. So carbon, this is electron rich. So the carbon can donate the electron to the metal. Then what will happen? If you see here, CO ligands are there, 5 CO ligands are there. So pi accepting, that can accept the electrons and stabilize this metal. So in metal, if you see in Fischer carbene, pi accepting auxiliary ligands will be there. Okay. So in this, pi accepting auxiliary ligands are there and donating substituents will be there. In carbon, donating substituents will be present. Here if you see, carbon is electrophilic, metal will be in the lower oxidation state, pi accepting auxiliary ligands will be there. For example, for Schrock carbene, if you see, what is this? This is neopentyl group, right? 3 carbon, 4, 5 carbon and 3 CH3 thrice is there. So this is a neopentyl group, titanium, double bond, C, hydrogen, CMe3. Here if you see methoxy group is there, this is a donating substituent, electron donating substituent. And here if you see, metal will be in the higher oxidation state. Metal oxidation state will be high. If the metal oxidation state high means this carbon is a nucleophilic carbon, it will not give electrons at all. So this cannot be accepted the further electron density from the metal and pi accepting ligands is not there. If you see the Schrock carbene, metal oxidation state will be high, pi accepting ligands are not there. Carbon is nucleophilic in nature, carbon is not having the donating substance. This is the difference between Schrock carbene and Fischer carbene. Clear? What is the example of Fischer carbene? We have seen CO 5 times, Cr, double bond C, OMe and R. Okay. How to prepare this Fischer carbene we will see. CrCO6 you have to take. How you can write this? CrCO5 double bond C double bond, right? This is what CrCO6 you can take and you can treat with methyl lithium. Then what will happen? Methyl group will attach the carbonyl carbon and this bond will shift like this, right? So CO 5 times Cr double bond C, O minus and methyl group, right? And this can be treated with diazomethane. What is diazomethane? CH2 plus and N2 minus we can say. If you see here in oxygen one minus charge is there, this CH2 is positive charge, both will be bonding, both will combine together. So what will happen? You will be getting, so here oxygen is having a minus charge and CH2 positive charge, they are both combined and this has made a bond and here one minus charge will be there, like this will shift and nitrogen will go, this will convert minus N2 and this will become CO 5 times Cr double bond C, OCH3 and methyl group. See here I have taken methyl lithium, so it has substituted instead of this R methyl. If you are taking phenyl lithium, that phenyl group will substitute. In if you want to substitute higher alkanes, you can take R3 O plus BF4. Instead of methyl lithium or alkyl lithium, you can take R3O plus BF4 minus. Instead of this R, you can substitute any alkanes. Okay. So accordingly, you will be getting the changing the alkyl group. This is how Fischer carbenes will be prepared. And if you see the properties of this Fischer carbene, you can replace this nucleophile with any other nucleophile. So I am treating with ammonia, CO5Cr. Okay, if I am treating with ammonia, what will happen? This nucleophile will be replaced with this one. Okay, this can be replaced like this. Okay, CO5 Cr right. So hydrogen will be replacing. So this will be replaced. OCH3 group has been replaced by NH2. This is the way, this is the properties of this Fischer carbene. And if you see the preparation of the Fischer carbene, instead of chromium you can use tungsten, chromium, molybdenum, tungsten, right? metallic carbonyl, you can take either molybdenum or tungsten also you can take. This is the way you can prepare the Fischer carbene properties also, now you know. Preparation of stroke carbene we will see. We have seen a neopentyl group is there, right? So we are taking the salt of the same. What will happen? Lithium chloride will go, right? Lithium chloride will go. 2 lithium you have to take. So 2 lithium chloride has gone. Remaining 2 has attached like this. Here hydrogen, what will happen? Hydrogen will come like this and this bond will go. Then what you are getting? CH3, Ti, double bond, C, H and CMe3, right? CMe3, right? This is what stroke carbene. So this is how stroke carbene is preparing. You have seen while writing the differentiation, this is how stroke carbene will be. Clear? So we have seen how the carbene is behaving. The next is metal alkene complexes. The first metal alkene complexes, you know, it is Caesar salt. Very important, okay? You will be having a question from this portion. Caesar salt. What is Caesar salt? It is a platinum complex. It is a 4 coordination complex. 3 coordination site is occupied by chlorine, ligand chlorine, and the 4th coordination site is occupied by an alkene, right? CH2 double bond CH2. This is what Caesar salt, very important. And what is the charge of the Caesar salt? -1, right? -1 is the charge of Caesar salt. So what is the charge of platinum? How you will find out the charge? What is Caesar salt? PtCl3 CH2 double bond CH2. You have to find out the metal oxidation state in the Caesar salt. Many question paper you can see this question. So we don't know the charge of platinum now. So I am putting X here. If I am X and chlorine, what is the charge? Chlorine is having -1 charge. So 3 chlorine atoms are there. So -3. And C2H4. C2H4 is a neutral ligand. There is no charge. Then the complex is having -1 charge. So X equal to -1 plus 3. So you will be getting +2. So what is the oxidation state of metal in the Caesar salt? +2 oxidation state, and overall charge of the Caesar salt is -1. And what is the structure? 3 bond. It is a 4 coordination complex. Okay, 4 coordination complex. So Caesar salt is having 4 coordination. So obviously structure is, this is a square planar complex. Okay, so 4 coordination complex with a square planar structure. And if you see the ethylene molecule, this bond and platinum ligand plane bond, this bond will be perpendicular. Okay, ethylene molecule and platinum, this bond will be perpendicular to the plane. If you see the ethene group, this normal ethene than normal ethene, this C double bond C has lengthened, and this hydrogen is not planar hydrogen. This has twisted from the planar structure. This is what all about Caesar salt. This is the first alkene complexes derived. Okay, clear? So the next one is allyl complexes. If you see, allyl complexes can be prepared in 2 ways. Either you can take a metallic carbonylate ion MnCO5- I am taking, and treated with directly with allylic halides. I am taking an allylic halides, CH2 double bond CH2Br, right? So what will happen? This will attack here and bromine will leave. So you will be getting an allylic complex, CH2 double bond CH2 MnCO5, right? This is an allylic halide with hapticity. What is the hapticity? If you see here, only 1 carbon atom has attached to the metal. So eta1 hapticity, right? So this metal will, this ligand will give 1 electron, right? So this is a 1 electron donor. Manganese is having 7 electron, and CO5 COs are there, 5 into 2 10. So this complex is obeying an 18 electron rule. Even though it is obeying the 18 electron rule, eta1 hapticity is less stable. This complex is less stable. So what will happen? Rearrangement will happen. Okay, rearranged to eta3 hapticity. We will rearrange to eta 3 hapticity. Now you calculate the 18 electron rule. Eta 3, right? Eta 3 C3H5, right? Eta 3 C3H5 Mn CO4 it has become. Eta 3 means 3 electron. Manganese will be having 7 electron donor and CO4 will be 8 electron donor. So it is also obeying the 18 electron rule and this will be the stable product. Okay, clear? Metallic salt can be treated with so metallic salt plus Grignard reagent you will be getting the allyl complex. And if you see here, allyl has bonded with the eta 1 hapticity, so it will be converting to the eta 3 hapticity. Okay. So this is the complex you are getting, eta 3 hapticity 3 plus 10 plus 3. So you will be getting a 16 electron complex. And if you see the right side of the periodic table, especially nickel group, if you see complexes are stable with the 16 electron. Nickel group will show a deviation from the 18 electron rule. So this complex with the eta 3 hapticity will be stable. Okay, clear? Eta 3 C3H5 twice nickel 6 plus 10. Hope you understand it well. To be continued. Thank you for watching.